morning and welcome to today's event. We're delighted to have everybody joining us for the celebration of our first year as Cellnex in Ireland. So today we're going to take the opportunity to hear about the story of Cellnex over the last 5 years. We're also going to hear about the new infrastructures emerging. We're going to look at the Cellnex diversification, and most importantly, we're going to hear about the plans we have in Ireland.
But maybe the number 5, being 5 years since the inception of Cellnex, is our figure, no? Because since then we've made the company 5 times bigger. We have 5 times the number of sites we had in 2015, May 2015, which was May 7th, I think it was. So yes, absolutely. I think we went probably beyond the expectations that we were thinking, that we were aiming at. And this is thanks to many elements. But there is still a lot to do. When you look at this concept of mutualizing, generating efficiencies, assets in the telco wall, which is suffering per se in terms of market, when you isolate that market, we believe there is a lot still on which Cellnex can contribute greatly, yeah? in terms of consolidating, in terms of providing similar services that we provide in certain countries, in other countries. And there are those 2 axes of potential growth, spreading into other geographies within Europe, or enlarging a little bit our activity in other elements of the value chain, like those adjacent assets, fiber and others that you mentioned.
I'm also joined by 2 of my colleagues in Spain, Oscar and Esther. Good morning.
As Colin said, let's understand a bit more what is Cellnex managing across Europe. And when someone asks us about who's Cellnex, we used to answer with a number, which is 60,000 sites across 8 countries in Europe. So this is our main asset. And these are infrastructures where the commercial MNOs collocate their radio equipment for the commercial networks. This is mostly our business. And our business, it is about mutualizing, sharing those infrastructures just to make more efficient those investments to the MNOs. That's our principle. And as I already said, 60,000 sites, so it's quite critical mass of activity. So we are an industrial player. We manage those sites. We try to rationalize. We try to sell other services on top of those assets. So this is mostly what Cellnex is. And of course, Ireland is a very, very interesting country where to extend that portfolio, as Alex said previously.
What is the market saying to us? What are the trends that we consider when diversifying? First, very important, 5G. 5G means more radio. 5G means fiber everywhere. 5G means edge connectivity and virtualization. 4 very important things.
So 5G is the hot topic. How much densified is Ireland in the sense of this definition that we share with you?
It's an area that we're obviously exploring. We do feel that there is a market there for us to play a role. I think, you know, the area around the small cells, the densification in the cities, for sure that's an area that we will participate. I think we have the capability for sure in terms of our process, our industrial approach to how we deliver infrastructure. We do have that understood. And I also think we've a lot of the relationships established with the key parties. I think the councils themselves will play a key role in helping the densification around the cities. But in relation to the DAS, there will be opportunity there. I think we see it a lot in the office buildings, where a lot of new office buildings have been built in Dublin in the last while. But right now, as you said, I mean, the densification is in the home because the families, everybody's at home, and the people in Dublin that are working in Dublin, a lot of people live outside the city. So now the networks early in March and April this year, there was a lot of pressure on the networks in those areas. So, you know, I do think that will be sustained. There will be a level of that sustained.
4 million of things connected to our networks. We manage 2 networks in Spain and Portugal, Sigfox technology. And thanks to the agreement that we recently closed with Everynet, we will soon operate and manage LoRa networks in Italy, in the UK, and in Ireland. Colin, how is this deal and this initiative perceived from the market in Ireland?
Esther, there's been a very positive reaction, in fact, because you know many of the people that we've been in contact with in the last few weeks have been, I suppose, testing and looking at ways to roll out the applications, and now they see this as an opportunity. There's another platform there for these devices to be connected. But I think some of the realization as well that what Cellnex is bringing to the table is the whole area of the smart brain. It's not just the network. There's a number of components I think that are being brought to the table here as part of the Everynet agreement, and I think that's really useful.
Which are the services in Cellnex portfolio that you foresee as leveraging the business in Ireland in the coming years?
Yeah, well, it's very interesting because this morning actually we announced, we've delivered 100 new sites in Ireland this year, which is part of our commitment. It's part of what we were doing anyway in the last while. But we also announced the commencement of our delivery of fibre infrastructure and then connecting our towers. And you know, we've done this now with an agreement we have with the Irish Forestry. So 50% of our portfolio today is on the Irish Forestry land. And we now have a process agreed, and we have a whole strategy about bringing the fibre infrastructure from the towers down to the public road. So we started now to go beyond the tower infrastructure and make sure that our sites are available to be connected with fibre. So I think the announcement 2 weeks ago in terms of the partnership with Everynet, obviously that's something that's going to be a focus. And we do think that the emerging densification requirements around the small cells and that type of deployment, we certainly believe that we have the skill set in Ireland and the process and the know-how. And I do believe that we have the trust from our customers as well that we can deliver in that context. But we're learning here this morning, we have the access to that insight now across the different Cellnex companies in Europe. And I think that's a huge factor that will help us here in Ireland. And like Alex said, hopefully we can take some of what we're doing here and share that back into the Cellnex group as well. So as we said at the start of the session, we now want to make an announcement that we have 50,000 euros that we're presenting today to the 2 Irish charities, 25,000 each. And we're just going to take a moment to watch 2 short videos of these 2 charities.
I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Colin and the team at Cellnex for their incredible support over the last couple of years with Cancer Fund for Children as their charity partner.
Our early years centres help children learn and develop and become school ready. Thank you so much for your generosity. You have helped children go to school with smiles on their faces, ready to get all they can for the school day. Thank you so much again.
So that's it for today. Again, I want to thank everybody for their attendance. Really appreciate you joining us this morning. We look forward, obviously, to next year. Hopefully, we can be all together. For now, it's the usual saying: it's stay at home and stay safe. And thanks very much, everybody.